Hello, my friends. If you're new here, welcome to my channel and thank you for stopping by. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. It is time for another tarot journal with me video. So let's grab our journals and open up to the next space or fresh sheet. Be sure to write today's date on your page. I find this is really helpful when I come back to review my journaling because it helps me remember what was going on in my life at the time that I did the journaling. Now, if you want, you can take time now to make a note of some of the things going on in your life here, especially if you've got things going on that have big feels associated with it or decisions that are happening. Today's card is the Seven of Pentacles. I'm using the Lightseers Tarot deck by Chris Ann for this video because I love the imagery and the notes that she's written about the cards. The deck really resonates with me and I hope you'll find it inspiring for your journaling today. However, if you have your own favorite tarot deck, feel free to pause the video, pull out your version of today's card, and even if you don't have a deck but you want a different deck, Google up the Seven of Pentacles. You'll find lots of images of beautiful cards, and I promise you'll find one that really speaks to you. So, are you ready? Let's get started. I like to start by showing you the card and telling you what meanings Chris Ann has assigned to the cards. She sticks pretty close to the traditional meanings, but she has a modern take on it that really resonates with me. She offers two sets of meanings to the card that corresponds with whether the card is upright or reversed, which means upside down, and I'm going to read them both to you. However, keep in mind, I actually use both sets of meanings when I'm tarot journaling because I believe there's great insight in taking into account both the upright and the reversed meanings. So for the upright, what she calls Lightseer meanings, she gives us a pause, states of gratitude, reflecting on your journey, waiting to harvest the fruits of your labor, and a sign to keep going. For the reversed or upside down side, which is what she calls shadow seer meanings, she gives us giving up too early, impatience, losing faith, not following through, and frustration with rewards. So now that we have a tiny bit of insight into the meaning of the card itself, let's start with three general questions that I like to use to get my intuitive side up and running. First, what stands out to you about this card? Are there colors, images, symbols, or themes that are really striking you? Write it down. Number two, what feelings or emotions come up for you when you see this card? Sometimes we have fear or excitement or any number of emotions might be coming up for you. Write that down too, because that's important about, what's going on in your life right now. Which leads us to number three, how does this card relate to your life right now? So take a couple minutes and jot that down. And while you're doing that, I'm actually going to put these questions next to the cards so you can refer to them while you're journaling. And as I always say, you don't have to journal for anyone else to read, so journal however you like. Full sentences, bullet points, do a drawing, whatever works for you. I'm going to give us about 3 minutes to work on this part of our tarot journaling. So let's go. Now we've got some notes written down about the general things coming up for us just when we see this card, and taking into account some of the meanings that Chris Ann has given us. If you've got bells going off telling you that something you noted needs more time journaling, you're welcome to go for it. This journaling is for you, so however you choose to journal and whatever you choose to journal about is exactly what you're supposed to be journaling about right now. Trust yourself. When I'm studying tarot cards, I like to find different questions that can take me deeper into journaling about how this card shows up in my life and see what comes up and just get into a more detailed exploration. There are a few questions that I've come up with that I'm going to share with you, and you're welcome to dig into one or all of them in this session of journaling, or you can even go back and keep journaling on the notes that you've taken already. You know, whatever comes up for you is what you should go with. You can even journal about something that you think is unrelated to the card, although I would argue that if it's come up now, it's related somehow. So the questions that I've chosen to share for this card are: where in your life are you waiting for the results of your actions or for the results of the things that you've planted in your life? Do you feel impatience? About what? Where would you most like to invest more time and energy in your life? And what investments are you no longer willing to make in your life? Again, I'm going to put these questions next to the cards so you can refer to them while you're journaling. Remember, trust yourself and allow yourself to dig in. I'm going to give us about 20 minutes to work on this part of our tarot journaling. So let's go. Okay, my friends, was that enough time or do we need more time? Of course, you can pause if you need more time, or you can even make a note and come back to it to do more journaling later. And if you think that this video should be longer and you want me to add in more time for the next tarot journaling video, leave me a message. I can do that. Now, when you think you're done journaling, I have one more set of questions for you to consider writing about. What did I learn about myself? What advice came up, if any? How do I feel about what I journaled? And are there any suggestions for what I should journal on next? Just taking a few quick notes about this can be really helpful for integrating any aha moments you've had. And of course, it gives you a jumping off point for a whole new journaling session, which, if you're here, you like journaling. So who doesn't love more jumping off points for a new journaling session? That's it for today's Tarot Journal with Me session. So thank you so much for joining me. I am going in the order of the decans of the zodiac and the tarot cards that correspond to that time of the year. So I'll be back in about 7 to 10 days with another session with a new card for you, and I hope that you will join me. If you like this content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you're notified when the next one is uploaded. And of course, if you know someone who might find this type of content helpful or enjoyable, please share it with them. I'm trying to grow my channel, and so any kind of sharing, liking, subscribing helps get it out to other people who might be searching for it. Thank you again for spending time tarot journaling with me. You take care, and I'll see you soon.